What's that word? What's that word, family? Hey man, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Is to the streets, is to the streets. Today on the show, ladies and gentlemen, I got a very special guest that I'm bringing to y'all. Yeah, I'm talking about the one and only Blaque Widow, man, Katrina Portier, man, a relative to the late great Sidney Portier, man. She has an incredible story, and I need you guys to watch this full interview. So without further ado, I want to bring to you guys Katrina Portier, aka Blaque Widow. Blaque Widow, why don't you tell the people who you are and where you from?
What's up? Yeah, it's Blaque Widow in the building. Yes, Katrina Portier, aka Blaque Widow. I am a artist. I'm a rap artist, and I'm just out here doing my music, putting it down. You know what I'm saying? Want to be heard. My music is phenomenal. And I'm out here. Doing my thing. I got a lot of good music, a lot of good, successful, positive things going on. I'm working right now with Clubhouse Productions and Smoke One Records. I'm very blessed to be here with them. I have met them. I'm very blessed. I feel honored. I'm excited for this opportunity right here to be here with you guys. Thank you for having me. That's what's up. I'm like, hey, I could do a commercial for Kool-Aid right now. My smile so big. I never took kindly to seeing a man mistreating a female or doing anything wrong in any shape, form, or fashion on any level. If I see it, if I witness it in my presence, I'm not gonna let it happen. So, but yeah, and so my father, me and him really didn't get along, because he used to say I was a troublemaker, and I wanted to use what I had been through for an excuse to do this or that, which totally was not what it was.
From a baby to 9 years old, you stayed in a stable household.
Yes, beautiful.
All right, so after that, you moved with your mother's side of the family. You moved with your mom.
Yes. I was with my mom, and my mom disappeared. She left. She packed a big cooler, put ice, put bread, bologna, juice in there, and she was notorious for always telling us she gonna go to the store. We'll be right back. In the past, she would come back. When she leaves, she would always be gone for a couple of days. So for her not to return for a day or two was kind of like normal, but this particular time, days had gone by, and she left us there, one man, stranger, and days had gone by, and then weeks had gone by till we come realize that she not coming back. We thought she were for years. We didn't see her until years later. We thought she was dead.
So you telling me that your mom left you with a stranger for years?
No, she left. She left for years. This man, he was there. When she left, she took. I guess she was supposed to be going off to go get drugs or whatever. He gave her the money. He gave her a car, and she never come back. He stayed there. He took care of us. Like first couple of days, I say like for 3-4 days, and then after that, it started getting like really creepy. My little brother was 5-year-old at a time, and my baby sister were 5 months, and I was 11. And after the 4th day, he began to do things to us that no one should do to a child, and he was there probably for about maybe 2 weeks, because this man, he have family someplace else, like he would live in double life like type situation. And I don't even think that his family and his wife knew that he was on drugs, and he had another life doing other stuff. But he didn't, I guess, didn't know what to do or where to go. My mom had his car and had, so I guess until he could develop a story or whatever. But I believe that, he did the things that he did because of being mad with my mother, take that out on us, and then, he's sick in the head, you know, possessed with a dark force. It turned me. I used to be suicidal. It left me with a lot of pain and suffering and torment, and it didn't stop there because when we finally get rescued, and they come for us, they find somebody finally come to a house, and they're like, "Where mom?" This man, he already gone by now. I think one of the neighbors probably called my aunt or somebody and, say, kids, they over there and we don't think anybody there with them. And there's been a man there. But my aunt, my grandma, they come by and they take us. Like I said, they were big in the drug life, the drug industry, so they didn't have time to care for us, and so we still were from pillar to post. And unfortunately, the evil didn't stop there. We were victimized of a lot of molestation and child abuse for a few years by different people, and two of them end up being family members. And it traumatized me for a long time, and it sent me into a very dark place. And
All right, let me get this correct. All right, go on. You said that your mom's side of the family was involved in the cartel earlier, right?
yes, the bigger Colombian cartel.
Right, because I was gonna ask you what's the accent?
I am Bahamian and Haitian. Well, we never moved in with her. We go to her house. We probably spent about 2 nights there, and because she made arrangement. She called this person. She make arrangement. Rod, she done disappeared again. We don't know where she at. And everything went down at my grandma's house. Like we saw everything at a very young age. My aunts, everybody. It was like a family business. My mother was a master chef. She cooked all the dope. My aunt, she trafficked all the dope. My grandmother also ran a whorehouse. My other aunt, she took care of the hoes and brought all the whole money to my grand. My grandmother never, she trusted no one outside, so she kept it with her children. And it was nothing but drug dealers and killers and hoes, and in our house. I had a really big house. And so we couldn't stay there, and so she would call, a friend or whatever, or, hey, I'm going to pay y'all. I need y'all to watch these kids or whatever. And then sometimes we'll go from one person and we'll be there for a few days. And then they're like, listen, I can't keep these kids anymore. And they got to a point, and everybody would be so mad with my mom. They take out on us. And they got to a point where, they were like, well, can you find somebody, keep them? They can't come here. That's Rod's problem. Them her kids, we don't even know where dad is. So we just were everywhere, here, there, pill post, and we did come. We were blessed. We did have good people that came into our life, but unfortunately, they were not in a position where they were able to adopt or take on children as well. So either way it was, we would still pass around until my grandmother. Then one day they finally get in contact with the Portiers, one of my aunts down in South Florida, and they still could not really pinpoint my father, but they were able to call and communicate with him. And my father wasn't able to come get us, but he sent for my little brother first. And he heard about the things that happened to us and what we've been through. And they came and they got my little brother first. Now, my grandmother did take my baby sister, the baby, Yasha. My grandmother took her. Me and my brother, we were always black sheep to her anyway, because she never liked our father, and she did not want my father to marry my mother. And because she did not want him to take her away from how she had her built and structured, and raised and working for her. But my father did and married my mom, and he took her away from over there, and she despised him ever since. So that's how when she look at us, she see him, so she really, I won't say she never loved us, but she just, we were black sheep, and then she had what she had going on, and, we couldn't be there. But I get in contact with my other side of the family, come and get my brother first, and then my grandma kept my baby sister. And when they were gone away from me, I took off on my own. And
What was the feeling like when you found out you were going to stay with your father or his family or whatever?
I had so many mixed emotions. I was like on an emotional roller coaster within myself, because I hadn't seen my father years. I had been missing him, and I was once that daddy's girl.